Good morning, children. Now, 1 second, pause one video. Good morning, children. Now, let us start with our new chapter, that is social religious reforms. First of all, what is meant by religious? Religious means unsatisfied system of belief and practices about life. And what is meant by reforms? Reforms means changes and improvements. Changes and improvements, and it was started in 19th century. 19th century. In this class, let us study about what are the implementation and drawbacks and approaches and weaknesses. Okay, now let us start. Due to the influence of Western thoughts, there was an awakening in India, and the Western culture, this behavior, society, religious thoughts, belief, and social ideals of English influenced the Indians enormously. Due to the influence of Western thoughts, influence means effect. Influence means effect. There was awakening in India. Due to the effect of India, there was a changes. What are the changes? That is Western culture, dress, behavior, society, religious thoughts, belief, and social ideals. First of all, what is meant by Western culture? Western culture means heritage of social norms and dress, behavior, society, religious thoughts. Thoughts means ideas. Belief means trust or belief, and social ideals of English. These all are influenced the Indians enormously. Enormously means a great extent or degree. The cause and effect theory, humanism, and rationality of the West influenced the Indians much. Humanism and romanticism. What is meant by humanism? The importance given to humans more than rationality. These both, humanism and rationality, these both have influenced the Indians much. These developments led to the emergence of romanticism in India. What is meant by romanticism? Creating new awareness. And romanticism, what is the main features of romanticism? The main feature of romanticism is to quest for equality. Quest means search for equality. This is also called as social religious reform. This is called as social and religious movement. This movement led to the emphasis on empowerment of women and the least sections of the society. Empowerment means authority or power. Power given to a woman or Dalit sections. Dalit sections means lowest caste. Dalit sections means lowest caste of the society. The British started enforcing colonialism through English education system by telling that is for better treatment or betterment of Indians. The British started colonialism. Colonialism means a practice of acquiring full. And saying that English education is given for the betterment. Betterment means to improve. And our country has rich tradition. But all aspects of this vast tradition are not worth following. There are many superstitions which need weeding out. What is meant by superstition? Superstitions mean belief. Which may be true or false. Yes, weeding out means to remove. And now let us see about who are all put an effect to the religious reform. And the first religious reform is Raja Ram Mohan Rajaram Mohan Roy. He is the first man to create a social awareness. He is the first man to create a social awareness. And the Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he born in the year 1722. He born in the year 1722, and he know the language up to 5 to 6. That is English. That is English, Latin, Greek, that is Greek, Sanskrit, that is Sanskrit, and Arabic, and Arabic. And he also studied the 4 to 5 books. That is, he studied the philosophical and he also started the philosophical books, studied the philosophical book, that is Sufis. That is Sufis, and Hindu book, and Christian book, and Christian book. Okay, and social Christian book. Raja Ram Mohan Roy was the first man to create social awareness, and in the modern time is the first man to create the social awareness. And Rabindranath Tagore said that he said or called him as father of modernism. Father of modernism. Father of modernisms. Rajaram Mohan Roy, he is the first man to create social awareness, and Rabindranath Tagore, he called as the father of modernism, and he was born in 1722, and he was knowing the language of 5 to 6, that is English, Latin, Greek, Sanskrit, and Arabic. And he also studied the 4 to 5 books, that is Sufis, Hindus, and Christian. In order to inject strength to passive India, Raja Ram Mohan started Atmiya Sabha. In order to inject means in order to give strength, he started Atmiya Sabha. He started Atmiya Sabha. He started Atmiya Sabha, and later on, and in 1828, the Atmiya Sabha was started in the 1827, and in 1828, he started Brahma Sabha, and he started in 1828. He started Brahma Sabha, and later on it was named as Brahma Samaj. And later on, it was named as Brahma Samaj. In the next year, it was named as Brahma Samaj. Raja Ram Mohan Roy is a representative of communion of Western and Eastern thought. He was represented by Western and Eastern thoughts. The Brahma Samaj opposed child marriage, sati system, caste system, idol worship, polygamy, and many other superstition. He opposed. What all he opposed? He opposed child marriage, sati system, polygamy, and caste system and many other super system. Child marriage means the marriage which is done below 18 years, and sati system means the woman herself buried into a death, and idol worship means it is a duty for the god. Polygamy means having more than one husband or wife. Caste system means differentiating the caste. Caste. Sorry. Raja Ram Mohan Roy opposed these all: caste system, polygamy, and child marriage and caste system. And Raja Ram Mohan Rao and his associates of the British government to eradicate sati system. And another that is William Bentings. William Bentings. He also opposed the sati system. He also opposed the sati system in 1829. In 1829, and he was favor of widow remarriage. He was favor of widow remarriage and worshipping one supreme god and worshipping one supreme god. He published Saumudi Kaumudi and magazine, and he continued his reformist movement. He published Samvada Kaumudi and he published Samvada Kaumudi magazine. He published the Samvada Kaumudi, and he was the first man to Raja Ram Mohan Roy was the first man to support English education in India. He ran an English school by spending his pocket money. He was the first man to support the English education. He was the first man to support the English education, and he ran to the English school by spending his pocket money. And he also started the Vedanta college, and he started the Vedanta college, and he is one of the pioneers of journalism, and he was also pioneers of journalism, and he published many other periodicals. He spent his entire life by social evils, and his work later it continued by the Devendranath Tagore and Keshava Chandra Sen. After this and all, later on, his works were continued by the Devendranath Tagore and Keshava Chandra Sen. And this Raja gave the title of by Mughal Badshah. Okay, once again I will repeat. Listen. Raja Ram Mohan Roy. He was the first man to create social awareness, and Rabindranath Tagore gave the title Father of Modernism. He was born in 1722, and he was knowing the language of English, Latin, Greek, Sanskrit, and Arabic. And he studied all the 3 to 4 philosophical books, that is Sufis, Hindu, and Christian. And he also opposed child marriage, sati system, idol worship, and polygamy and caste system. What is meant by child marriage? Child marriage means the marriage which is done below 18 years, and the sati system means woman herself buried into a death, and idol worship means the duty of done to the god. Polygamy means having more than one or more than husband or wife. Caste system means differentiating caste. And he started Atmiya Sabha in 1827, and in later on in 1828 he started Brahma Sabha, and later on it was named as Brahma Samaj. And William Bendix also opposed Sati system, in 1829, and he published the magazine called Samvada Kaumudi, and he spent his pocket money and he went to the college, and he went to the college, that is Vedanta College, and he is also the pioneer of journalism. And later on, Mughal Badshah gave the title of Raja, and after this, Devendranath Tagore and Keshav Chandra Sen continued these social reforms. Thank you.